I started my own business since the age of 16. I sent a lot of proposals supporting with my sales figure, and I got the exclusive distribution within 3 months.
Hey there, I'm Michelle Hon and you're watching The Chill MomBoss. And today I have Cindy Lee, the founder of The Chill Kitchenette with us. Cindy, why don't you just tell the audience about yourself and about the business?
Okay, I am Cindy here, the founder of My Chill Kitchenette, which is the exclusive distributor for PackIt in Southeast Asia. I'm also a mom of two, aged 5 and 18 months.
Yeah. And Cindy is also still working, has a full-time job, has 2 kids as you just heard, and she decided that she came across PackIt when you were breastfeeding your first one, right?
Yeah,
The second one.
During my maternity, I was about to go back to work, and I needed a bag, a cooler bag. And for my job, I do travel quite a bit, and I just hate carrying heavy blocks around. So that's how I actually go around sourcing for an ideal cooler bag that actually can keep the right temperature for the liquid gold. Yeah, and that's how I actually bumped into PackIt.
Oh, okay. So, and then she decided that, hey, it's not available locally in Singapore. So you found it online, is it?
Yeah, so it was through a colleague recommendation that I got it from Amazon. And back then, I didn't manage to ship it to Singapore. So it was through a relative and that's living in USA. We get it shipped over. I got the wrong size.
Oh,
so I got frustrated. I emailed to them and say, hey, I got the wrong size. Can you just help me get the local distributor to actually help me with it, or anyone in the region? So they told me that they gave me a contact, so I contacted a previous distributor. So she got confused. She thought that I actually wanted to sell the bag. So she said, I actually don't want the business anymore. Why not you take over the remaining stock?
So that's how you got it. So interesting.
Okay, it doesn't just end here. It wasn't that smooth sailing actually.
Yeah, of course.
So PackIt rejected the idea. They were like,
so they're not ready to transfer the distributorship. Why did the previous distributor not want to do this anymore?
I guess it's the positioning of the bag. So previous distributor, they does it differently. The distribution point wasn't exactly targeted at the moms and babs community. So where I see in the angle of a breastfeeding mom concept. So it was very different from how she marketed the product. It didn't take off very well for her. For PackIt itself, they didn't believe. For them in US, it's actually more on a lunch bag. So they have a community in US in the States where actually the parents actually pack lunch boxes. But it's not so much in Singapore. So it was a total different angle that I brought it into the culture.
Because you use it for breastfeeding, so you see it as marketing it to moms who want to breastfeed, but they don't see it that way. They just see it as a bag for kids to bring lunch box to school.
So when I told PackIt that I wanted to do it in this angle, and when I sent my proposal through and all, they were like, I don't think you have the right experience. You don't have distribution kind of prior experience to it. So they only appoint me as a keynote reseller until they find the ideal distributor. But that didn't really stop me from going further. Or when I wanted to start something, I just want to complete it totally. So I went all out. I went for baby fairs. I went...
Wow, you're still a keynote reseller.
Yes.
What's a keynote reseller?
So,
what does it mean?
So it just means that you have certain rights.
To sell it.
It's not exclusive rights.
Right.
And it means that at any one point in time, someone will just come in and take all my efforts away. So I know that because of this, I very short span of time to prove myself. So I actually went engaging influencer and actually more like educating the product, because it's something that's so new to the market. People don't know about it, so I have to go on the education kind of foundation first before I actually go all to the marketing part of it. So it didn't really stop just there. Then I sent a lot of proposals supporting with my sales figure, and I got the exclusive distribution within 3 months.
Yay! Well done, you. So there you go. Like if you get rejection the very first time, don't take it as that's it, that's the end of the road. Because every rejection or every no is just a no for that time being. You can always change that.
Correct.
Well done, you. So to prove that you can, because of course I think a lot of people or a lot of company like PackIt who wants to go into a new market, they always look for experienced distributor or someone who's already distributing something. But in a way, someone who is or a company that's distributing many products may not put the focus on on your brand, right? And as for you, and you're like, I only have this one brand, I really want to do it.
Yeah. So I was using this angle to share with them that I only have PackIt and I'll put all my efforts into PackIt.
Correct.
So comparing giving the distributorship to someone who already have a lot of brands under them, the focus will not be as much as I can put in. So with the sales figure, actually it shocked them because Singapore is just so small. The previous distributor took 3 years to sell the quantity that I took.
In 3 months. Yes. And they're like, okay, we're giving it to you.
So then further down the road, there was this trade war between US and China.
Right.
And I also took the opportunity to share with them, like, why not let me be the port, let me be the middle person. I can take the Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and because you can speak both English and Chinese if you want to, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So so how long have you had the distributorship for?
1 year.
Oh, 1 year? Oh wow, 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year, a few months.
Oh wow, okay. And you've done the brand really well because we've seen a few launches since then from PackIt, from you. And I recently attended one of your events for the Tokidoki.
Yeah, that was a co-branding. So it was a first ever co-branding that Tokidoki do with PackIt. And it was I would say it was also a step forward for me because I was so comfortable with selling PackIt as it is. PackIt give me this product and I just sell it off. Then I was just thinking how I can bring the brand further. How can I do better in a way for the market in Singapore. So as you know, Singapore moms are actually crazy over Tokidoki.
Yes.
I see it at the Jujube Trunk show and all. I was telling myself, I think if I were to go into any custom print, and that would be it. And back then I was also facing a lot of issue with parallel importers. So this is something that PackIt couldn't resolve because it's just very difficult for them to trace who is the one exactly parallel importing from other countries or how the source actually can come about because they have so many distributors in other countries.
Right.
Despite them having agreements and saying that you should keep within your territory, there are still people that cross over.
Correct,
yeah. So I was facing a lot of competition, unnecessary competition.
Right, that's not supposed to sell the product here.
Correct, and I asked myself, how can I fight with them? If I go to price war, it will not work out eventually. It will just harm both the brand and myself. So one thing is to differentiate myself, and how different can I be? Other than services, how can my product be different from the rest of the distributor? So custom print was in my mind, and the MOQ for custom print is so high. I need to have a custom print that definitely sell. And that's how this whole branding
also
came about.
You actually come up with the co-branding yourself, so it's not PackIt who manufactured
Correct.
it.
So I approached Tokidoki, I get the license, I negotiated, I brought it back to PackIt and told them, hey, I want to do this co-branding, are you supportive of me? So they say but it will not be monetary kind of support. So everything, the whole liability of the license will come under me.
Oh wow, and you took it on.
So from the design, so the characters are all given in individual characters. So I piece it all together.
So not Tokidoki who designed it for you, as in like, okay, this is the layout of how I want this.
So they give it by characters.
And then it's up to you how you like to layer it.
Correct. They do have some certain style guide given. But then again, I challenge myself again. I want to see the same print in other bags or in other products. I wanted something so unique to myself, and that's the reason why I did a custom print. And if I just take a normal style guide, it will just
and this print right now is like solely exclusive to you then, right? Because PackIt can't even sell it to the other
PackIt
distributor.
can't even sell in PackIt, in US.
Right. Okay. then you'll license it back to them if they want.
Supposedly, I could have done something, to sell it back
if they have a market, the same, if they have the same demand.
Actually, they did ask a few times, but like what I shared, the whole point about having this was to stop the parallel importers.
That is true, because if you let them sell, it could be like imported back and oh wow. Okay, so that is one of the issues someone could take note of if they want to go into distributorship. Okay, so now that, let's rewind back a little bit, right? So after 3 months, you got the exclusive distributorship in Southeast Asia. Then what's the next step? So how do you like approach retailers or online shops? Is it to sell it? So what are the steps that you took?
So for me, I set the positioning right. I wanted to go to the mums and bubs area. So I targeted sending emails to the retailers,
like Mother Care
or
Motherworks.
Correct, Motherworks and all. But then again, I asked myself, how many distribution points do I really need, and who are the ones that I need? Because like what I believe in myself previously, I don't need big resellers. I don't need big retailers. I only need the right location, and so that people can easily source it. And online is so savvy nowadays. Actually, the retail selling point just to make it convenient for people who need it last minute. So in order to benefit my resellers, I try to limit the number of resellers that I have, such that they have a certain
so maybe like one east, one west, so not too many.
Not too many in the same area, so that each of them have their own pie, their own customer base.
Okay, so you sort of like brought it to them with this, that you're the only one in this area that's carrying this, and it's also very smart on your part, just so that you don't need to stock it at so many retailers, and you have this like backlog of inventory that's not actually selling and just
correct. So I will kind of do my gauge. So those that is not doing so well, we will cut the story short. Like I think it's not the right area, it's not the right market. So we will try to consolidate such that the resellers that is selling right now, they're actually doing they have a good pie.
And they actually have consistent sales that come back to you and to get more stocks.
Correct.
Oh wow. Okay. So how did you learn all this? Like, because what's your background? You have a full-time job, which is
retail leasing. So it's actually all about shopping and businesses. So I see a lot of businesses up and they come in Singapore, left Singapore and all. So I kind of know how the shopping trend evolved.
So you think that's your current job does bring some experience for you to launch your own.
So I think it is also a passion since young. So when I was a kid, I had this shopping bonding time with my mom. Okay, both of my parents are working parents, and I seldom have time with them. So the only time I have with my mom is a monthly event that she set up for me. So once monthly during her paycheck day, she will set a budget for me to shop and all. Then I somehow, maybe because I was the only child and with all this kind of bonding time with my mom, I know that money is hard earned. And when I go shopping with her, I only know that I have this amount of money and I want to spend on the latest trend. And that's how I believe it shaped me somehow. I keep looking out for the newest trend and the thing that is value for my money, because I only have this amount of money set by my mom every month.
Otherwise you need to wait another month.
Correct. So I started my own business since the age of 16.
Oh wow.
That was in poly years when I had the push cart. I just rented a push cart and then I sell some handmade accessories and all. And throughout the years, as my life got stages moving forward, I had different businesses evolving during the different stage of my life. From my kids, when I was pregnant, and when I was struggling with my elder one with right brain training, because there was so much about right brain training, and when I sent her for classes, she couldn't concentrate as much as I see other kids are doing. So I took it off and do it on my own.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I see, actually, I can help the other fellows mummies. So I start providing the materials for them.
Oh.
Yeah, but of course, everything comes to at the end of it because of time. I can't manage that amount of businesses and that amount of work that I have in my hand.
So you've always been very entrepreneurial and see where's the gap and what you need and what other moms could need as well, and then so like provide it to them. And then just not be afraid to just go for it, right? And it's not like a lifetime thing. You can do it for a bit, and then if you don't like it or it doesn't suit your lifestyle anymore, you can just end it and just do the next thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what's the plan for the Chill Kitchenette? So are you bringing the? Is it currently available in other countries besides Singapore?
Okay. For PackIt, yes, I brought it to Malaysia, Indonesia, and I also help with some distribution in Philippines and also Brunei.
Oh, cool. So any plan to like quit your job to go full time yet, or you know?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this for a while, but at this moment, I think I can still manage my time for both the full-time job and the business. So it will be
and
kids
now. And 2 kids.
And
an 18 months old. So I need to know like what's your daily routine like?
Okay. Actually, quite boring. I wake up at 6, so send the kids to the childcare to my mom, the younger one to my mom. Then head to work 9 to 5. Okay. Then alternate days. Okay, I try to schedule my time such that. On alternate days, I visit my warehouse so that I can pick up the goods for orders. Yeah. So that's why I can't actually accommodate to last minute orders because of my full-time job commitment and all. Then back home, pick the kids. Then back home again, settle them for bed. Then I will have to start my whole PackIt routine again with US because of the time difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you mean with US? What do you do?
Sometimes I would just have to email them, especially when we're doing a launch or I have a new print.
Oh, so you do keep very close.
Have to because every other than PackIt, I have Toki that I have to answer to as well. So every approval and all, and they're all based in US. So it's all time differences.
Right.
Yeah.
But also works in your favor because that's really the time you have, right? Because even if they want to speak to you like during daytime, you're like, sorry, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, so what time do you go to bed?
1 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not too bad, right?
Yeah, I was just speaking to my assistant earlier that, after all this interview that I've done, the similarity is that all mompreneurs are fearless, just go for it, just do it, and then they all have very little sleep. Everybody's sacrificing their sleep for this.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're saying like you have a distribution center here? Is it? Did you?
It's mainly in Singapore, so the rest of the country we export.
Oh, okay. Then someone from there would be the one mailing it out from wherever it is.
Correct. But for Malaysia-wise, we are still sending it from Singapore.
Okay. And where are most of your sale comes from? Is it online or is it through retailers?
I would say right now is quite balanced.
Okay.
50-50, and especially when there's a launch, my online will pick up.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So you kind of have to constantly have a bit of a launch or promotion going, right?
Correct. And it depends on who do I engage in my marketing campaign, or is there any special promotion running through the resellers. So it varies quite throughout the whole distribution channels. So I would say 50-50 for both physical and online.
Okay, and when you talk about when we're talking about like your marketing campaign and like what sort of campaign do you do?
Okay, I have my assistant, so we always discuss and come up with new promotions idea. But marketing is just so wide and so broad, so there's always different and new marketing strategies.
So you will give everything a try.
Kind of. You never try, you never know.
Okay.
So it's also bouncing ideas. Then sometimes we will just discuss this work, this doesn't work. Some of the promotion we run feel badly. There wasn't a single sale. So we will just learn from all this. And just grow.
Then I would have to ask, right? Then what has been working then?
I would say Singaporeans, they are very straightforward people. So they will want to see straightforward discount.
Okay.
So we don't like to beat around the bush and have a lot of complicating mechanics. Yeah, so that's the most straightforward way, but it's not interesting enough.
Right.
Sometimes you want engagement, sometimes you want to have different objectives, not just getting sales. You just want words to spread. So sometimes of the IG campaign that I run, I ask them to come out with PackIt design. The first time I run it, I have probably only one
it's too complicated, right?
So there are feedback sharing, it's not so easy, we don't know how to draw. But it didn't stop me. I ran the second time campaign with a little bit of sweet treat to it, and I received probably about 10 contestants.
Oh wow, okay, that's good. And so for people to actually spend time and draw and everything, that's a huge commitment, right?
Correct.
And even though it's 10, it's a big win. Yeah.
Correct. So sometimes campaign like this, we just have to tweak accordingly.
Yeah.
So we will just try again and again. So even though that the first round it doesn't work.
And in your just 1 year, I feel like you've been in this like for many years, because you just a wealth of experience. I feel like you do know a lot of things in this field already, because you must have done a lot in the past 1 year, right? And then so what has been like the toughest experience or mistake or whatever it is so far for you?
I guess I'm quite lucky. I don't really have a very big obstacles or mistake. I think the most challenging thing would be the parallel importers that I'm constantly facing even till now.
Right.
Yeah, it's something that.
So there's no point going after them, is it? Like saying.
Yeah, legally we have letters to them, but there's just no very clear legal way that we can actually deal with them.
Oh, so you can't like stop them and I don't know, confiscate or something. No, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, but you just kind of like be aware it's there, and sometimes just it's better to just focus on how to grow your own business and to like focus on the.
So there's no point me. I actually feedback many times back to PackIt, and I've seen them making effort as well, trying to trace, but I also know that it's difficult on their part.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because once they sold it, it's out of their hand, right?
And there are a lot of big boys that buy from them, and it may just get lost in the way.
Yeah.
We don't know how to trace it. So I stopped blaming them. I stopped going to them again and again asking for a solution, because I know that they simply can't do anything. So the only way is to, on my part, how can I make myself different from this parallel importer? Other than price, what is the consumer looking after?
Correct. So after this first collaboration with Doki Doki, is there another one coming out? What's the plan for the Chill Kitchenette, like PackIt in Asia?
For My Chill Kitchenette, the goal when we first started this is we wanted to have a solution for food on the go. So things like the bentos, things that is related to kitchenware, and that's the reason why the name kitchenette.
Yeah, correct.
So it is actually, although targeting current customer base is targeting on the moms and bubs, but actually we wanted to be more like a household brand and more like a kitchen related product.
Okay. Yeah.
So the second brand that we'll be bringing in is actually household item, but they are environmental friendly and of course pretty.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. People like pretty
aesthetic.
Yeah. Okay. So is that sort of like your USP? The Chill Kitchenette items has to be pretty.
I guess that's what I have.
Or you just like pretty things yourself, right? Because sometimes like what we want to market is just really what we like ourselves, right?
So for me, whenever I prepare food for my kids, I think aesthetic actually plays a part. Sometimes the food may not be that nice, but when I arrange it, she tends to finish it faster.
That is true.
Than anything else. So I guess everybody is after going after things that is pretty in nature. So that's one of the reasons why I will spend more effort on displaying my food and getting kitchenwares that is actually aesthetic.
Okay. One final question, right? I know a lot of people have this question as well. So to be a distributor for a product, do you need a lot of investment, initial investment?
I guess the investment part of it is not the main the money part of it is not the main. It's the time.
Okay.
Prior to spending the first amount in getting the stocks, the time and effort to do the proposal and getting the whole plan, the whole business right. That takes more time and effort than anything else. Yeah, money part of it will come later part of the day, but I guess it's manageable.
But
you can always start small.
4-figure, 5-figure?
I started small because
so you can start small.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I started taking the remaining stocks from the previous distributor.
I see.
And that's when I see that the product really can sell and it really can move further, and that boosts my confidence. So of course the first few months, all the money I've earned go back to stocks.
Yeah.
And even till now, I think most of my money is in the warehouse stacking in boxes.
Yeah, I'm sure. But we've only been 1 year in business, so be aware that you need to have enough cash flow. Really, like don't even think about taking profit first.
Correct.
As long as you're not losing money, you still have money coming in to stock your next shipment.
Correct.
That's good enough already.
Yeah. So it's not so much about earning money in the first few years.
Yeah.
It's really about building your brand and building your business. So it takes time, and you can start small. You can start growing from small.
Great. And if there's one advice that you would give, aspiring mompreneurs or mompreneurs who are currently in the same position, what would you share? What would you say to them?
I would say never give up, and doing business is not that difficult. It's really taking the effort and the time spent
to learn, and you can learn anything.
And keeping an open mind. Fearless. So even when you get rejection, just learn from it.
And just keep going for it, because Cindy did get rejected at first, and she just kept going. And you say you went to like fairs and trying to get the message out even before. Like sometimes it's true, right? Even before, like people want something. Sometimes people thought that, I get the distributorship and then I'll do the things, but not really. In order to prove yourself, you need to do the work first.
Yes, you have to kind of prove yourself. So even when I get a no, I tell myself that it can be done. There's a market in Singapore. I just have to let them see it. And I have to go ahead even without them nodding their head. I already went further.
That's very inspirational. Thank you, Cindy, so much for being with us today. And if you've liked the episode, please share this with your friend, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.